Hey there, good morning. I am John. Today is Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. This is my daily vlog, my little stand-up where I update what I have been doing in the last few days and what I'm doing today to try to make content creation. I'm so articulate. It's early for me. Try to make content creation my full-time, ongoing, sustaining job after being laid off a few months back. Let's jump right into talking about cool stuff that happened yesterday. Cool in the terms of validating and informative. Very, very cool. So, start with yesterday was podcast editing day on Twitch. It was kind of a kind of a comedy of errors. It was going great. We had maybe a dozen or so people at any given time there, kind of hanging out and chatting, watching, and listening. And the software I'm using got incredibly sluggish to the point where we were just sitting staring at an hourglass, waiting on things to happen. I was able to salvage it and recover it, and the whole show. We finished the show in about 2 hours. I had a head start on it. It was great. It was a good time, but I'm glad I was catching it happening on a live stream, because then I can contact the software vendor and go, look what your software was doing on a live stream. It's real. Anyway, podcast got edited is the point. Today I'll do the paperwork of getting it, uploaded to all the places that it needs to go. Because what I had planned yesterday was, you'll recall, since I was in podcast mode, is to then take the video portion of the podcast and start chopping that up into short videos I can use to promote the show all next week as content on all the social channels. However, while I was editing the podcast, I got an email. The email was about a news article. It wasn't a news article. It was something for sale. And basically, it was an Atari item that's for sale, and I had thoughts about it that I went, wait a minute, maybe this is an opportunity to do another editorial about something that I had basically dropped in my lap. And the difference between every other news item that drops in my lap and this one was that I had a strong opinion and something to say about it. And I'm like, this could very well be the kind of thing that I could try. So I dropped my plans for the afternoon, and I said, let's instead try to make an editorial about this. And like everything that we've talked about here, I'm going to try it, see how it does. And in my mind, I set this, okay, for this to be considered successful for me, for GenXGrownUp at its current level, maybe if this could get like 1,000 views in 24 hours, maybe this is a viable thing that people would click on to look at. I'm happy to say it's been less than, what is 9? It's 15, 16 hours or so, and it's got like 1,400 views. So it's outpaced my metric for was this successful. And this is another one of those things. Hey, let's test the waters. Let's see if this works. This is one of those things that it was a relatively low, light lifting video to do because I had, not have a product to shoot. I didn't have B-roll to get necessarily. I used footage from old videos when I referenced them. If I want to talk about, oh, they've done this thing before, I had video of that because over the years I have continued to make hours and hours and hours of video, and so I saved it all. So if I need footage of Asteroids Recharge that came out in 2021, no problem. I have a folder that says that, and I go and get it, and I use the 3 seconds of footage. It's really easy to do. Point is, it did take a lot of work to do it. It was just I had something to say, and this doesn't work for every news item. It's not like I have interest in being a news regurgitation machine, right? I want, here's news about something. Let's sit down and read the article. In this case, though, I had an editorial opinion, and I think that might be the thing that I have to offer, because since I'm paying attention to all of these things all the time in an effort to do stories on them, I have a point of view that's pretty broad, and I'm paying attention to things for years now, the market and things. So when something pops up, I sometimes I have skin in the game, sometimes I have an opinion. Spending a lot of time talking about the fact that this video did well, and I will look for other videos like it in the future, because now I found that, out of nowhere, an email that dropped in my inbox turned into what is a successful video that has netted us several subscribers and 1,400 views, and hasn't even been a full day yet. So it's telling me that, I picked a good one to try, and it's like a dark room, and corners of it are getting illuminated, and like there's a corner I can kind of see into that I couldn't before. That might be an avenue. The downside, I guess, is that this video is not what they call evergreen. It's not of any value in probably a month, because it's not talking about something that everyone wants to know about all the time. It's just people are interested right now, which is probably true of a lot of the kind of CES and editorial stuff I'm doing. But, ride the horse that's here. So, yeah, so that's what I did yesterday. So today I will a couple of things. I need to go out and do some banking. I gotta go get out of the house, which is nice. I haven't been out of the house in 2 days probably. No, I went out Mondays. Anyway, I didn't get out yesterday at all. I was just head down working on stuff and recording the podcast and things I mentioned. So today I have to get out and do some banking. I will then take and lift the work I was going to do yesterday, chopping up video portions of the podcast into smaller bite-sized pieces so those can be used on social, as I said. And then this evening I record an episode with 1980s Now, the other podcast that I'm a co-host on, and that will fill up most of my day. Yeah, without a doubt. I have plenty to do, including getting out and getting those errands done. I'm really enthused about the fact that experiment. That's the main topic of this video this morning, I guess, is that was an experiment that I didn't see coming. I had the wherewithal to recognize that, hey, maybe the thoughts that I have are something someone else would like to hear, and like everything, I started with an interesting thumbnail that's clickable. People click on it, they stick around, listen to me blabber about my opinions about that thing. And sometimes, I know that I have regular GXG watchers who then watch over on this channel, and it very well might be that somebody says, is he just trying to get views? Is that all he's trying to do? That's yeah and no. I mean, that's a means to an end, right? I need the clicks and views in order to sustain myself. But my passion is not how many clicks and views can I get. My passion is to create the content. That's what I really want to do. The problem is, as I'm trying to grow, I have to cherry pick the content I create, because if I just make stuff that's not that interesting, I'm not going to be doing this very long. So, I heard that in my head the other day as something I said about using numbers and making clickable, thumbnails and whatever, that someone from the outside that doesn't hang around a lot might think, is he just gaming the system and doesn't care about the things he's talking about? No, the video I made yesterday, I had a passionate opinion about, and I wanted to make the video, but if I thought it was worthless to the channel, I would not have done it. Or worthless, to the audience. It's a balancing act. It really is a balancing act between, doing what I'm passionate about and finding the thing I'm passionate about that then carries over to be successful and worthwhile to produce. All right. Hey, it's time for me to get busy today. I have a lot on my plate to do, catching up from yesterday, the stuff we talked about. I want to thank you for stopping by to check out the vlog today. If you did, if you're one of those who watch every day, who hang with me, I love you. You know that. I love that you're part of my support group. You help me get up every morning and get busy again. Hey, have a fantastic Wednesday. Do something great for yourself today if you can, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.